What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna talk about JMeter. So JMeter is one of the performance testing tools that we can use for our to perform the performance testing in our APIs. It's a very Java based software that you can use. It's pretty much it's all about the moment you create an API, you wanted to do some performance testings and how to see how it does the functional behaviors and measure the performance. That's when actually JMeter comes in the picture, and then you can download and install the JMeters and do the performance testing. So let's start the download. Then you can go to the JMeter Apache website where you can find the zip files. So once you download the zip files, all you have to do extract the zip files, and then you are able to see the JMeter files, bin folders, and in the bin folders there is a patch applications folders, not the folders, is the file. So once you click on the files, and you're gonna be able to see the UI. So as you can see right now, we see the it's the progress of the extractions. It's gonna take some times from your side too. So once you do that, you will be able to see these folders, and you go into these folders and look for the bin folder. So let's go into these folders, and we see the bin folders. Once you see the bin folders, you go to the file that calls the Windows batch file. Once you click on that, you're gonna see this UI comes in the pictures. So don't cross these, just minimize that. So once you are here, you're gonna create the thread. So what is the thread? Thread is called the user, how many users you're gonna use to perform the test. So maybe for the very beginning, you're just gonna maybe send for one user with the ramp up period, like how you want to spin up your user. Maybe every 1 second you wanted to have one user. So that's the ramp up periods, and then you can do the loop counts. It's really up to you, because you can put 3 1 and also you can specify the thread lifetimes. Means you can terminate the test within your whatever you think the time is, maybe 5 minutes you want to run the test. So once you do that, you kind of like save the files, and then after you create the threads, you have to create the listener. So we're gonna do the HTTP request, right? That's what actually we're gonna get. So once we get the try to add the HTTP request, then you can put whatever the name you feel. So we're making a get calls right here. So we're gonna say is call the get endpoints, right? And then underneath right there, you can see you wanted to have the host names, the server names is the server names you put, and then you don't have to put the HTTP protocols, because sometimes you just leave it empty. It's gonna actually feel its own. And you have to mention the hosts right there, the server names, and then you have to put the path. So don't forget, those are the two important things, the server name and the path. If you have those right, then you'll be fine. And but I actually tried with these to see if this is working. So once you do make those changes, you just save it. And one of the last things you need to do is you wanted to see the results, the outcomes, right? So to see the outcomes, you wanted to have the results tree. So as you can see, go to the listeners and says view the result tree. So once you click on that, you are able to see the result in here. You can name anything like let's say is result. So once you do that, you are able to, after you make the request, you're able to see here whether the request passed or failed. You can see the results in a text format, in a JSON format. It's anything you wanted to wish to see it in this as a format. So as you can see, I use the local host. I have run the APIs in the locals. I tried to use that local host, but it seems the local host, it doesn't work. So I tried to see it in a different way, but it keeps saying that the host is not like it cannot read the host for the local host. So what you have to do is you have to have an API that running in the webs. So before I do that, I also make another changes. You can see I says the response assertions. You can add this response assertions also, which is gonna help you to see what kind of response code you wanted to see for your results. So right here I have mentioned that I wanted to see the 200 response code. That's what I have been added here. So I saved it, right? And then I go into the get calls right there, and I change the hostname. As you see, I changed the hostname to hrakib.com, and now it's working fine. Everything working as expected. So the host, you want to make sure you have the perfect host and you have the perfect endpoints. If you have those two, it should work as expected. So that's it for today, and thank you so much for watching, and keep learning.